Hi, this is Andy with Turning 2, and in addition to the reviews I'm going to be doing, there's going to be some supplementary videos I'm going to put up to help kind of define terms I use and broaden the kind of culture of, Turning 2. This week, what I'm going to be talking about is my scale. It's a 1 to 10 scale, and so I'm just going to, flesh out, what's a 1, what's a 5, what's a 10, and give examples of it. So, hope you enjoy. Alright, so a 1 it's just horrible, and if you watched my review on Wolverine Origins, it's pretty close. The kind of saving grace is that Sabretooth is a better character design than the original trilogy of the X-Men, so it gets bumped up from a 1 to like a 2. A 1 is like a recent movie that came out, The Informers. It's just, it's not compelling, it doesn't go anywhere, it's not very meaningful, it's trite, it's not shot well, it's trying to do things, but just doing a poor job of it. A 1 is just, not only is it bad, not only am I not enjoying it, but it's just not done well. If it looks cool, okay, if the music's good, if the acting's okay, but you just don't care about what the acting's doing, like, that's fine. I can get you off the schneid of being a 1, but like a 1 is, basically the worst. There's one thing kind of beyond a 1, and that's an I. If you get an I, it's like in college. Incomplete. Sorry, you didn't do well enough, you didn't care enough to receive a grade, you get an I. And that's for movies like, Disaster Movie, Scary Movie 4, Doomsday, just like ridiculous stuff that they're just like, they're not even trying. They're trying to be bad or trying to be ridiculous, and yeah, you don't get a grade because you didn't care enough to, make a movie. You just kind of threw some stuff together. And okay, so a 5 it's just average, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's some good things, there's some bad things, but, it's just kind of a mixed bag. Something like Twilight was average, Watchmen was average, He's Just Not That Into You is like maybe a little above average. People like to dump on these movies a lot and call them horrible when, no, they're just average. And that's the thing, if you only watch, the 5 movies that are nominated for Best Picture every year, then you lose sight of what an average movie is. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with them. They're, enjoyable, help take the edge off the day, and it's Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Everyone, talks about how horrible the movie is, and it's not. It's just average, and that's something that I enjoy. As you watch more and more movies, you kind of gain an appreciation for, something like a 5.5 or a 6. A movie that's not that great, but hey, it had its moments, and it was okay. So that's what a 5 is. Okay, so after 5s we have, the kind of upper echelon. You have 7 and 8s, which are movies by like Ridley Scott or Wes Anderson. Really solid efforts, things that just don't make any mistakes. And they're good, but not totally original, and they're not saying a whole lot. They're kind of simplistic as far as their theme, but just as far as like a narrative and story, really good. Something like Taken, was pretty good with Liam Neeson. Adventureland was also, just well done. Beyond that, things that are 9s and 10s, those are movies that, are just, you kind of know it when you walk out. You just walk out of the theater and you're like, that was awesome. And I don't really know how to define it. You just kind of know it when you've seen it. I guess like pornography in that way. As far as a 10, an absolute 10 is only when it's withstood the test of time. It's great when you first see it, and you go back and you see it a million times in the theaters and it's great, and you go and buy it on DVD and it's still great. And as you think about it more and as you appreciate it more, it continues to grow and it gets better the more you think about it. In recent movies, No Country for Old Men is really the only one that has that kind of, gas in the tank. The more, I think about Anton Chigurh and all of that, what he represents, what he's doing, it just gets better. Going back, watching videos on YouTube, listening to monologues, things like that. No other movies recently have really done that. And that's what it takes to be a 10. I mean, if you look at other, classics, like The Godfather, for example. You know, it's something that you can apply to your life over and over and over again, and it gets better the more you think about it. So a 9, you know when you see it because it's so good. A 10 is you know, just something that has to kind of grow into itself. So that's my scale. Like I said, hopefully going to be reviewing Star Trek and some kind of movie. I don't know, maybe just do an older one. We'll see. But talk to you guys soon. Bye.